Hello, Pride of the West families. Here's a short guide to understanding the Mountain Ridge Band and Guard CHARMS financial statement. Every month, you and your student will receive an email that looks like this. It's sent to all Band and Guard students to help you keep track of your fair share and trip payments for the school year. You'll get one around the first of each month and anytime a transaction was made in your student's CHARMS ledger. Let's take a look at the statement and let's see what you should look for when it arrives in your email box. First, you'll see your student's name and a message with instructions. These are linked to videos for fair share and for making an online payment. Please take 10 minutes out of your busy life to watch these tutorials. It will make your life a lot easier. Now moving down to the middle of the statement, you'll see 4 different CHARMS ledgers. The Mountain Ridge Band uses only 2 of these 4 ledgers. They use the trip ledger and the miscellaneous ledger. Since we don't use the fixed payment and the fundraising balance ledgers, those will always remain at 0. This section is a summary of all the payments that are outlined in your student's annual band contract. For this example, this student has paid $400 toward their trip ledger, but they have no funds in their miscellaneous ledger, and so you'll see that they have a total balance due of $400. Okay, now let's take a look at the trip ledger detail. This will outline the trips that we have for the band for this year. You'll see this is the date that the transaction was made, what trip you're paying for, band camp, the total amount that is due for that trip, and then you'll see the amount applied to that trip, which was paid by cash. So this student paid $300 toward band camp. That was applied to this trip. And since band camp cost $300, their balance due is 0. On that same day, this student made a donation to their fair share. And fair share total is $500. It was the first fair share payment. They made a $100 donation in cash. And so $100 was applied to their fair share balance. And that means that of the $500, $400 is still due. Okay, you'll also notice down at the bottom, it says there are no fixed payment transactions and no fundraising activity. Because remember, we don't use those ledgers. And since this student has nothing in their miscellaneous ledger, there's no activity in that area as well. The miscellaneous ledger is a place to record excess donations made in your student's name that can be used to pay for future fair share and trip fees. Many students solicit Arizona tax credit donations from friends and family to offset future fees. So, if all of the fees for a year have already been paid, those excess donations are recorded in the miscellaneous ledger. Miscellaneous ledger balances will roll over into the next school year and are applied to fair share when the next school year begins. If you get your statement and you believe there's been an error, please contact the Fair Share volunteer at fairshare@mrhsbandaids.com. The most common error is that the Fair Share volunteer did not get a receipt from an online or bookstore payment. Submitting a receipt is the only way your payment can be recorded in CHARMS. So, when in doubt, send a PDF or screenshot of your entire receipt to the Fair Share volunteer. Duplicate receipts of online or bookstore payments can be found at the DVUSD online payment portal, so watch the online payment video tutorial for details. And of course, if you have questions about your CHARMS financial statement, about fair share, or about trip payments, email fairshare@mrhsbandaids.com. Hope this helps.